Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Create Your Own event, Create Your Own Freedom event. This is a WA event about what we've been doing over here, creating our own freedom. So tonight is the 24th of October, 2017. The year's quickly slipping away. If you're watching this for the first time, someone that you know has sent you a link. And they may be thinking that this might resonate with you or someone that you know. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch it and to see what we've been up to. My husband and I have been involved in the Juice Plus business now for 18 months. And in that time, the business and the product have made a huge impact on our lives. We all know the world is changing faster than ever, and especially the workplace. What used to take decades now is taking just years. People's jobs are being replaced by automated machines. You only have to go to Coles or Kmart to see that. And there's a lot of unrest, I guess you'd say, in the workplace. Jobs that used to be secure are just not as secure as they used to be. And even if your employer loves you, there's no guarantee that your job is secure. So what we're finding is a lot of people are feeling stressed around finances. We all know the cost of living is certainly not going down. So we're finding that people have less time and less freedom. So for me, 18 months ago, I was introduced to these amazing products by my friend Belinda and also the business. We were travelling around Australia and we'd taken off in our caravan. We were 2 years into our trip and I was feeling completely run down. I had 2 kids under the age of 4, and I was getting woken up 4 or 5 times a night, and I was just a complete zombie mum. Was having coffee all day long just to survive, and even eating chocolate as early as morning tea. And I knew something needed to be done. I had a mouthful of ulcers, and I also had developed eczema. So when I saw a post from my friend Belinda talking about her magic beans, I quickly sent her a message and said, "What's this all about?" She told me it was a whole food product, and she told me about some of the amazing results, and I just said, "Look, I really need to try this stuff. I don't know what else to do. I'm barely surviving here." So I quickly got on the product. I noticed a change within the first couple of days. I felt like someone had cleared the windscreen, that I could actually see and think straight. That foggy mummy brain really lifted for me, and my energy levels really changed, which was awesome. My husband noticed a change too, that I could actually make it through a movie at night, whereas normally I'd be asleep after about 20 minutes. So, yeah, it was really awesome, and the business also ticked a lot of boxes for me. We were travelling and trying to just make money as we went around Australia. And I'm a high school teacher, but I really didn't want to do relief teaching as I travelled around Australia. The whole reason for our trip was to spend time with our kids. So this really ticked the boxes. I could do it in and around them, around their naps, just chatting to people as I went. And what I found was I bumped into a lot of people who were wanting a health upgrade, and a lot of people who were wanting to make a little bit of extra money for their family. So now I'm really excited about a future where I'm able to create some financial freedom for our family. We've now decided to settle in WA, so it's been exciting to have an income while we've shipped all our stuff across from our storage in Queensland, and that hasn't been a cheap experience. And my husband's also, he's a builder, he's really over being a builder, so this is going to allow us for him to make a career change. And in your 40s, that's quite difficult to do, because you start at the bottom with not much money, whatever career you decide to go into while you're studying. So it's really given us lots more choices in life, which is great. So tonight we're going to share some stories about how, not only how the product has transformed people's lives, but also how this business is transforming people's lives. So please stick around to hear those stories. I'm super grateful for this experience. Now with my kids in school, I don't have to miss out on pick up and drop off and all the things in between. I can turn up to an assembly or a sports day, and if my kids are sick, I'm working from home, so I'm still making money while I'm looking after them, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited about this opportunity and sharing it with other people. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over now to Zoe. She is a beautiful mum who's joined our business, and she's going to share with us a little bit about our products. So thank you, Zoe.
Well, hi everyone. Thanks, Beck, and thanks everyone for watching. So my name's Zoe. I'm a busy mum of 3. My eldest is 6. I have a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old. And I came across the products about 3 months ago now. I was feeling really tired after having Bub, just really run down, no energy, falling asleep on the couch in the afternoons, falling asleep overnight while I was feeding, and just, yeah, no energy to deal with the kids or the housework or anything. So I also have, my eldest daughter has asthma, and she is on asthma medication and had this chronic cough that she just couldn't shake for months. We tried everything. She'd had antibiotics, steroids, nebulizers, we tried essential oils, you name it, we'd given it a go. So I was just willing to give anything a try at that point. So after about 24 hours of being on the products for me, I noticed an increase in my breast milk supply straight away. And that was huge for me because I struggled to feed my first 2 children past 6 months, and I'm still feeding my 8.5-month-old now. So that was a huge bonus for me, and definitely within 48 hours, my energy levels had noticeably increased. I wasn't needing coffee to survive. Before that, I was having probably 4 to 5 cups a day just to stay awake. And now I don't crave it, I don't need it, I just have maybe 1 cup a day because I like it. So that was huge for me. And yeah, just feeling a lot more clear in my head, waking up feeling fresh, not foggy, not falling asleep in the afternoon, and not falling asleep overnight when I was feeding my baby. With my daughter, after about 2 or 3 weeks of being on the children's tubes, her cough cleared up, and she hasn't had it back since. So I'm really impressed. I'm really excited about what these products have done and what the benefits that we're yet to see. So these are our amazing products. We have the fruit, vegetable and berry capsules. And there's basically over 25 different fruits, veg and berries in here in capsule form. So these are our micronutrients, and they basically help to bridge the gap between what we do eat and what we should be eating. And the thing that I love about these is they actually have a whole food label. So it might be backwards on there, but basically you don't need a science degree to know what's in these. It's literally just whole food. So if you can take the foods that are on this label, you can have Juice Plus. And that's what I love about them, is that because they're whole foods, they're bioavailable. So they're absorbed into the bloodstream within minutes, and you start feeling those wonderful effects straight away. And people often ask, what's the difference between Juice Plus and a multivitamin? Well, multivitamins are fractured nutrients, and they're often synthetically derived. And because they're synthetically derived, our bodies don't actually recognise them as food, and they're basically excreted out through the urine. So that's why you get that bright yellow wee. With Juice Plus, because it is whole food, it's recognised straight away, and it's literally absorbed and in the bloodstream within minutes. So that's fantastic. The way that it's put into the capsule is all the produce is grown on Juice Plus proprietary farms, so they're all organic farms, and they're tested to be herbicide, pesticide and GMO free. So the produce is basically, it's grown on the vine and it's picked when it's vine ripe, so that's when it's most nutrient dense. It's taken straight to the processing plant, so it's not cold stored at all like most of our supermarket fruits and veggies are. it's taken straight there and it's popped into big, massive industrial-sized blenders, and everything goes in, the stem, the skin, the pips, everything goes in there to keep all the fibre intact. And it's basically blended into a pulp, and then it's dried at super low temperature to keep all the enzymes in. And it's turned into powder form, and at this point it's encapsulated, and that's to protect those enzymes from oxidization. And then the wonderful capsules are what we take. So the thing that I love also about this company is that there's been so much research. These products really are backed by science. So there's around 38 gold standard peer-reviewed medical articles published in medical journals. And the things that are standouts for me is that they've been proven to increase your immunity and decrease systemic inflammation. So we all know that disease is a form of inflammation. So it makes sense that when we're flooding our body with all these fruits, vegetables and berries, on a cellular level, we're basically increasing our immunity and therefore decreasing our risk of disease. The other thing I love about what these products do is that they protect your DNA from oxidative stress. So that's really important for long-term health. Also, because these are just whole foods, they're safe for everyone to take. So you can be 3, you can be 93, you can be pregnant, you can be breastfeeding. Everyone can take these products, and that was really important to me as a mum. I wanted to know that these products were safe before I was giving them to my family. The other thing that I love about this company is that they're known as the company with a heart. So for any adult who is on the fruit and vegetable blend, they can receive a supply of the children's chewables for any child between the age of 4 to 18 years old for free, for up to 4 years. And basically they go into our worldwide children's health study, and there's already over 1.5 million children participating in this study. And the results that we've seen so far from this study is that children who are on the chewables are seeing less sick days from school, less trips to the doctors, they're having increased ability to perform athletically, increased concentration in the classroom, better eye health, better gum health, and the list goes on. So it's really amazing. So what's in the children's chews? My kids love these. They think they're getting a treat when they're actually getting fruits and vegetables. So these are them there. So they're packed with all the same goodness as in the capsules, but they're in a chewable form. And they're sweetened with just the tiniest bit of tapioca syrup to make them palatable. But if we reference that to, say, a banana has about 17 grams of sugar, and these have about less than 2 grams of sugar per children's serve. So really, really low sugar content and just packed with a lot of natural goodness. So these are amazing. Another product that we have is the protein powders. So these are our complete whole food protein sachets. They come in chocolate and vanilla. So these are our macronutrients. So these are obviously carbs and protein. And what I love about these is they're low GI, they're gluten-free, they're soy-based, and they have a blend of superfoods. So we've got spirulina, ancient grains, alfalfa sprouts, broccoli, millet, aromates, mushroom powders, so vitamin D. These are amazing. You can throw half a bag of spinach in these and they still taste like a vanilla shake. I give them to my kids in the afternoon, blend it up with a bit of fruit, some kale, some spinach, some chia seeds, and they think they're getting a chocolate or vanilla treat when they're actually getting a massive hit of superfoods. So when you combine these with the capsules, you're getting around 70 plant-based nutrients in your diet, which is really, really hard to do without this sort of nutritional support. Another product that we have is our omegas. These are a beautiful, clean, vegan, 100% plant-based omega blend. We've cut out the middle fish and we've gone straight to the source of the essential fatty acids, which is from the algal oil. There's no fishy aftertaste, there's no harming of fish, there's no risk of mercury poisoning. It's a more sustainable product because of the way it's farmed. And yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful omega. So we've also got omegas 5, 6, 7, and 9 in there, and a high dose of omega-3. And it's blended with pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, tomato seed oil, safflower seed oil, and it's flavoured with just a tiny bit of orange oil as well, which makes it really tasty for those who like to pop it open and mix it in the food. So that's our products. With the purchase of our products, you will also receive lifetime access to the Juicy Body Transformation Program. So this is an amazing program. It's full of great content. It's such good value. There's hundreds of recipes in here. There's meal plans, shopping lists, pantry guides. There's 15-minute exercise plans, because who doesn't have 15 minutes? And it really is amazing. It's back to basics. It's all about whole food nutrition. And there's nothing bland in here. This is not boring diet food. This was created by Kira Westwick, who was a top 10 MasterChef contestant back in 2014. So these meals are delicious. And I literally cook from this and the other books every night. I think there's about, there's all these books now. There's lots. It's such great value. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Easter, it's all taken care of. Literally all the work's done for you. And I just love it. This program and these products have changed my family's life. I'm so grateful that I've been able to learn the importance of whole food nutrition and also teach my kids about the importance of it for longevity and optimal health long term. So I'm going to hand you over now to Rachel, who's going to share with us about her product story. Thanks, Rachel.
Hey, thanks, Zoe. It's awesome to be on and hear all these amazing stories about this product. I've been on the product now since last May, so just over nearly a year and a half. And when I started on the product, I also started my son, Caleb, who's 12 years old now. So he's on the Children's Health Study. And for us both at the time, we were really struggling. I'm a single mum and he has clinical anxiety, so was struggling with school attendance and particularly school refusal, being able to concentrate for the day, his mood, all of those sorts of things. So what we've found, my energy at the time was really low, and we were just trying to survive, making really poor food choices when we were feeling tired, stopping off at the bakery on the way to school. Breakfast was a really big problem for us in terms of choosing nice and healthy foods. That would be our time when we were really dragging ourselves, trying to get ourselves out of the house and struggling with anxiety issues. So that was probably our weakest link. And what we've found since being on the product is that we are using the shakes for our breakfast, and it just means that I know Caleb's going off to school with a full tummy and it's full of like all these beautiful superfoods. He started on the chews and loves the chews, but transitioned onto the capsules for convenience. But now he's asked me for more chews because he loves them so much. So for him, his anxiety has definitely become easier to manage. His moods, last year he was able to drop his anxiety medication twice during the course of the year, and that's just been an absolute godsend to us because he'd gained a lot of weight on the medication. What we've found with his diet is that he's now craving fruits and veggies. I'm finding it easier to offer him vegetables in meals and adding vegetables in the meals. And for us, the JBT program, the recipes in there have just given us so much more variety in our diet. And it's just a really easy and quick way for me to get vegetables and whole foods into his diet. For me, I have quite significant endometriosis, and at the time of starting this program was suffering with pain every day, chronic pain and inflammation. So I wasn't able to exercise, and I used to be in pain for days after exercising if I went for a bike ride with Caleb. What I've found since being on the product is I don't have to take pain relief anymore. I was taking daily Nurofen and Nurofen Plus to manage my pain. I was getting reflux from that medication, and I'm not getting any of that anymore. I don't have to take reflux medication. I don't have to take pain relief, and we're back at the gym now, exercising, and it's just been such a brilliant, massive change for us. But it's been simple and it's been sustainable, which has been so exciting. So thanks for letting me share tonight. Back to you, Beck.
Thanks so much, Rach. I would like to ask Yvette to come on now and just share with us her product story. Thanks, Yvette.
Hey, thanks so much, Beck. So I've been taking the product now since January of this year, so almost 10 months now, actually. Wow, years completely flown. And the product came into my life at a time where I was really, really drained of energy, and I found that I was struggling with some postnatal depression as well, which had me back on medication, and it's something that I didn't want to continue to do for very long. So when I started taking the product, I was also working my first office job, and I found it really hard to get motivated in the morning. I'd need like 4 cups of coffee in the first hour just to stay awake. About 2 weeks in to taking the product, I found that I had a lot more energy and my focus had increased at work, and the number of coffees that I needed in the morning had actually reduced. Probably my biggest success with this product has been within about 3 or 4 months, where I've suffered from bad psoriasis, and when I get stressed it flares up quite badly. My psoriasis had got so bad at that point of my life that it had travelled all down my neck and was in my scalp, and without realising, a lot of the times scratching it I would actually make my scalp bleed, and from that I was also having constant hair fall out as well, so our bathroom floor was literally covered in hair. So about 3 or 4 months in, it was the first time in my life after using steroid creams and all that kind of stuff where the psoriasis had actually cleared up completely, and I no longer had hair falling out, and I no longer needed to use any of my steroid creams or anything like that. So it's been really great. My kids are also on the product, and we found that that's been a really big improvement for things like daycare and stuff. When we've had them at daycare, we've actually found that there's less illnesses or less symptoms of illness as well. They seem to be craving more fruits and veg during the day. And for my eldest, who's also been quite fussy, we've seen him start to try more foods than he did previously. So that's been really great for us too. I'm going to hand you back to Beck now. Thanks, Beck.
No worries. Thanks so much, Yvette. Well, thank you, girls, for sharing your product story. It's so awesome to hear how these products are helping all of us. And because we're all individuals, we've all got our own story about how the product has helped us in the areas that we need help. So thank you very much for sharing. Now we're going to change gears a little bit now. I know when I looked at this business, I had some questions, and I was a little bit skeptical about a business, an online business. So I'm going to hand back to Rach, and she's going to chat really briefly about one of the skepticisms that come up for us. Thanks, Rach.
Thanks, Beck. Well, I guess one of the big questions we get asked when we start out in this business is it a pyramid scheme? I guess when you look at, if you research about pyramid schemes, they actually were made illegal in the 1970s, and this company has been around for over 25 years now. So, and it's in 26 different countries across the world. So if it was a pyramid scheme, we would have definitely been found out. What I do want to share tonight is the business structure, because it's quite different to normal business. And I'm just going to use an example from my own traditional workplace, which is nursing, which is very much in a pyramid or triangle shape. where you have like the head nurse at the top, the executive director of the company, or in my case, nursing, one position at the top. And in order to get there, it's usually requires years and years of working and promotions. And at each promotional level, there's less and less positions available. And so to be able to advance in a structure like this, you either wait for somebody to retire, or you have to compete and fight against other people of your own colleagues to gain these really, important positions. So that's, I guess, a reflection of most traditional businesses and traditional companies. But what I guess excited me about Juice Plus was that it was more, the structure of our business is more like a rectangle where there's unlimited potential. You don't have to have any particular skills or training to enter into this business. And we all start at the bottom as a virtual franchisee, and any one of us that start have the potential to reach the top positions at the top. And to be able to do that, we actually have to help people. And so it's very different in terms of the competition. It's more of a, we come beside each other and we help and encourage each other. And in doing that, we actually move up the business structure. So it's just one of those things that is definitely not a pyramid scheme, and I love the structure because it's so supportive and it's so encouraging. It's all about helping each other. So that's my share about one of the questions we get asked, and Yvette is now going to share about one of the other questions that we sometimes get asked. Thanks, Yvette.
Hey, thanks, Rach. So as Rach was saying, there are a lot of questions surrounding about how this type of business works. And I know I had a lot of them. And one of them was, am I going to have to chase my family and friends to get them to buy, or, chase them up to be in my business? And the one thing I was really pleased with was finding out that no, that's not how our business works. And no, we don't have to hunt down our family and friends. So I know that there's nothing worse that when you go to a barbecue or you go to a family dinner and someone's talking to you constantly about their product, or constantly harassing you to join their business. So as Beck said in the beginning, when she started in the business, she contacted her friend Belinda on Facebook. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate to you. I hope everyone can see that. So Beck started in the business through her friend Belinda. From there, Beck, also Rachel came into the business through Beck. And each time these girls, Belinda also introduced Rhiannon to the business. And she also introduced Renelle to the business. Beck's also been introducing other people to the business as well. And so has Rachel. Rhiannon introduced the business to myself. And I introduced the business to Casey. And this keeps branching out as people introduce other people to the business. So what you can see from this model at the top is Beck only knew Belinda, and Belinda didn't know anyone in the beginning. And everyone on this call today as well, none of us really knew each other until we came into the business. But the great thing about this is what we call the popcorn effect. So it's like when you put a pot of popcorn on the stove, as over time, as that popcorn heats up, it pops, and even when you take it on the stove, it continues to grow as well. So that's very briefly on how we grow our business. I'm going to hand you over to Carlina now, and she's actually going to talk to you about how we get paid. Thanks, Carlina.
Thanks so much, Yvette. Hi guys, I love hearing everyone's stories. Like, they just absolutely amaze me every time I hear them. So tonight I get to talk to you about how we get paid, and this is something that I actually love to talk about, mainly because it's a direct reflection on how many people we've been able to help. And I also believe that it's hard to be truly healthy if you have financial stress in your life, and really that's something that most of us have in our life at some point in time. So there are 3 ways that we get paid in our business. We're actually really lucky that we get paid in 3 ways. The first way is in retail, and this is the money that you make on your customer sales. Oh, the screen went a bit orange there. And the best thing about this is we just need to put the customer in touch with head office, and they do the rest. They handle the payments, they ship the stock, they hold the stock. We don't have to do any of that, and they ship it directly to the customer. So unlike lots of other businesses, we don't have to hold parties or purchase stock or anything crazy like that. There's also no large startup fees, and there's no monthly minimums as well, which was a huge thing for me. So we're actually just in the business of recommending, just like when you go to see a great movie or you go to a fantastic restaurant, you go and tell all your friends about it, right? So that's essentially what we do with Juice Plus. We just recommend a great product to our friends, and we let head office do the rest. So when I got started, I actually realized we can grow our business in 27 countries around the world, and we can actually ship to a lot more than that, which is unlike my traditional business, which I can only grow here in Australia. So the second way we get paid is in commissions or the residual income. So this is we also call this the beach money, because you can literally be sitting on a beach somewhere sipping cocktails and there's still money landing in your bank account. Now, this is the money that you make as your customer base grows and as your team's customer base grows. And as you start to gather momentum, this is where you start to earn really good money. So the last way that we get paid is in bonuses. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love getting bonuses. And I don't know too many businesses out there these days that hand out bonuses, but Juice Plus is the company with a heart. And so they give us bonuses to encourage us along the way. And as we reach certain levels and we help our team reach certain levels, we get rewarded with bonuses. And we have an unwritten rule in our team that when you get a bonus, you actually have to spend that on yourself because you deserve it. So that's the three ways we get paid in our business. Now, I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Michaela, who's going to share with us a bit about her business story. Over to you, Michaela.
Thanks, Carlina. Yeah, so I've been in the business now for almost a year, coming up at the end of this month. And what got me into this business is at the time I was 6 months pregnant with my first child, and I was also working in the mining industry. And so anyone who knows anything about mining is you're usually doing fly in, fly out work, and you're away for weeks at a time. So that was something that I knew I needed to get away from. I didn't want to be leaving my baby for weeks at a time, or even hours at a time, let alone weeks at a time. So I knew I needed to find a way to make an income from home. And then I got introduced to this business by the lovely Belinda, and I just knew that it was exactly what I needed. Health is something I'm really passionate about, and I love to be able to help other people as well. So I get to live my passion and raise my baby at the same time. So when I came across this business, I just never looked back. So I'm going to hand you back to Beck now. Thanks, Beck.
Thanks so much, Michaela, for sharing your story. I'd like to introduce Lisa now. She's going to come on and share her business story with us. Thanks, Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Juice Plus came into my life when I was at saturation point. Very, very busy, super stressed, always tired, just no real way of seeing any out of it. I'm a homeschooling parent. There's lots going on in the community, all of that sort of stuff. So I reached out to my friend Carlina, who suggested I started using the product, and I did. And within 2 weeks, I had seen a change, a significant change. Increased energy, much more approachable, more positive, calm, and I could handle a lot more. The business side of things evolved for me. Yes, I love the product. I mean, who doesn't? It's life-changing. But it's more than that, much more for me. It's given me an identity. it's great being a mum. Don't get me wrong. It's the biggest job I'll ever have, and the most important in my eyes. But what I needed was an identity that allowed me to be me outside of the home, outside of schooling my kids, outside of the community, outside of, you know, my everyday stuff. This business allows for me to do that, and I'm very, very grateful. It also allows me to help people. So far, so many people have approached me wanting to have what I have, what the opportunities are that this product and the business allows for, which is super important. It allows for me to contribute to my family on a level that is not just, you know, as schooling or making the dinners. You know, that's important, but I feel that this business allows for a lot more than that, certainly to contribute on a financial level. And the money is for all of the extras. It's for the experiences for my kids. It's for holidays. It's for a safety net. It's for the new handbag that I want. Whatever, I can make those choices. What I've also noticed about this business that I think is super, super important is the support. It's the camaraderie, the people, the networking, there's no end of help. There are so many people around who are prepared to help you and lift you up, and I think that's invaluable. I'm learning new skills as a business owner. I'm learning about myself and growing myself, and developing who I can be and what I can be. This business truly does tick so many boxes. I'm super excited to see what I can create for my future and what I can create for my family's future. So yeah, I'm eternally grateful. I'd like to now hand you back to Boss Babe Carlina for her to share her business story. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Lisa. I love your story. It's awesome. So can you believe it? I can't believe it. The business came into my life almost a year ago now. It's actually crept up on me so quickly because I've been having so much fun. I didn't even realize the amount of time that's gone past. So, and I wasn't expecting that at all when I first started in this business. I actually started this business because we have a traditional business in mining, and with the downturn in mining in WA, things weren't going too well, and we were under a lot of financial stress. So as a result, I was looking at having to return to work, and being a busy mum of 4 and living an hour away from school, getting a 9-to-5 job absolutely scared, like it just terrified me because I didn't know how I was going to work that into my life. It was so hectic as it was. So I didn't want to put my kids into daycare. I wanted to do mum care instead of daycare. I wanted to be there for all those important moments, all the drop-offs and pickups. And, you know, I didn't want to have to take sick days off work when my kids were homesick. So this business made complete sense to me, and I jumped straight in, and I haven't looked back since. Like I haven't even noticed the time that's passed. Within my first month, I made $1,000, and that was huge. That was like winning the lottery to me, because after being a stay-at-home mum for 15 years and not earning a cent, that was my own money. And so I was not only creating an income around my life, I was finding my independence again. Instead of being just a mum, I was finding myself. And this business has helped me so much to grow as a person, and that was something that I wasn't expecting along the way either. The personal development and growth that I've encountered has just been huge. So I'm so grateful that I came across this business, and I'm so excited for what the future holds, because my partner's actually working over the other side of the country at the moment, and he is not fly in, fly out. He's living there permanently because that's where the work is. So I know I can see now that this business is going to help me bring him home for good. I can see that happening. So I'm so excited for what's to come. Back to you, Beck.
Thanks so much, Carlina. Well, thank you, everyone. Everyone's stories tonight have just been so amazing. And I'm just so excited for all of our futures. I feel really privileged to have come across this opportunity, and to now know everyone that's in this event. The only person I knew before this business was Rach, my sister. So I've just love connecting with like-minded people, and as we've already said tonight, so much encouragement, so much love, just such an amazing community. So I'm excited for my future as well, that this is really changing our finances and giving us a lot more choices. And I'm excited for the community that's growing around me, and the people that are coming and jumping on board, which is super exciting. So in our team, we have all sorts of people. As you've heard, you don't need any skills. We teach you what you need when you decide to take a chance and say yes. And yeah, we have a system that you plug into, and you basically follow the system. Some of our team are in it just for the products and getting their product cheaper. Some of them just want to cover rent, and some of them they want it all. They want to be financially free, and you know, they've got huge dreams. So whatever category you fit into, this is for you. So if you have questions, I just would encourage you to get them answered. And the best way to do that is just to reach out to the person that sent you this link. There's no silly questions. We all had lots of questions at the very beginning. So just reach out and get your questions answered, because this could be exactly what you've been looking for. So again, I just want to thank you for watching this link, and I really hope that we'll be seeing you again. Thanks.